Imagine stumbling upon a secret document, a personal legacy, written by a father for his kids. It's not about inheritance or family history. It's a complete guide to understanding life itself. Today, we're going to dive into the core philosophy of this incredible book of life and unpack a lifetime of wisdom.
Right off the bat, the book throws down a massive challenge. The father tells his children to forget everything they've learned so far. Why? Because he believes that most of what society, religion, and even our own minds tell us is basically made up. So the first thing he asks is for us to consider a pretty wild idea. What if our whole foundation for understanding life is just wrong?
And look, this isn't some dusty philosophical textbook. It's deeply, deeply personal. The author lays out his reason for writing it right here. He's basically saying, I'm putting down everything I've learned, all my struggles and discoveries, so that you guys don't have to stumble around in the dark like I did, just trying to figure out what life is all about.
So how does he do that? Well, he goes straight for the biggest, heaviest questions we all have. The book takes the standard cookie-cutter answers we're all given and puts them right next to a much, much deeper perspective. Let's start with the big one.
This is it, right? The question that's at the heart of everything. Why are we here? What's the point of it all? Now, society has a very convenient, pre-packaged answer for this.
The author calls this answer the 8-point agenda. You know the drill. Go to school, get a good job, get married, pop out a couple of kids, buy a house, you get the picture. It's just a checklist. He says it's a program designed to make you live an average life that's based on fear, a life where you're just ticking off boxes.
But this is where the book just flips the table. It says that entire script we're handed completely misses the point. And to find the real answer, we actually have to ask a different question first. Not, why am I here, but something else.
The question is, what am I? And the answer the book gives is a total game changer. You are not your body, you're not your job, you're not your name. You are a spiritual being having a temporary physical experience. Just that one idea that reframes everything. It shifts your whole life from being a race to get stuff to being a spiritual journey.
And when you start seeing things that way, you realize there's this huge conflict playing out inside every single one of us. The book describes it as a constant battle between our two internal selves.
Let's break down the two sides. On the left, you've got the false self. That's your ego. It's that voice that's always chattering in your head. It's your name, your body, your endless wants and worries. But then on the right, you have the true self, your soul or spirit. This isn't a voice. It's the silent observer that's watching the voice. It's that feeling of just being here. It's timeless, it's infinite, and it exists beyond all that mental noise.
So here's the huge problem. We've got it all backwards. The mind, the ego, it was only ever supposed to be a tool, a guest that helps us navigate this physical world. But somewhere along the line, the guest took over the entire house. The ego has become the master, and our true self, the actual host of our life, has become its slave.
Once you understand that problem, that the guest is running the show, you're ready to unlock what the author calls the universe's greatest secret. This is really the aha moment of the whole book. This is the real answer to why am I here?
Okay, here's how it all fits together. At the top, there's the source, or God. It exists as pure knowing. From the source comes the soul. Now, the soul knows what love is, what compassion is, but in a formless state, it can't actually experience those things. And that's where we come in, the human. We are the physical vessel that allows the soul to take what it knows and turn it into a real lived experience. This leads to a massive shift in perspective. All the ups and downs of your life, all the challenges and the triumphs, they aren't just random events happening to you.
No, it is all happening for you. It's the raw material your soul is using to actually experience what it already knows. This changes you from being a victim of your circumstances to being the main character in an incredible spiritual journey.
And this is the breathtaking climax of the whole idea. This quote says it all. Our lives, your life, are literally the way that the source, that God, gets to experience itself. Your joy, your sorrow, your creativity, it's all part of a divine process. Your life has cosmic significance.
Okay, so that's the what and the why. That's the big picture. But the book doesn't leave us hanging. It also gets into the how. How do we actually shift from living a life run by our ego to one that's guided by our soul?
The difference between these two paths is just night and day. A mind-driven life comes from the ego. It's always obsessed with the past or anxious about the future, and it's driven by chasing stuff outside of you. The result? That feeling of emptiness, the good old rat race. But a soul-driven life comes from your true self. Its focus is always on the present moment. It's guided by an inner purpose, and the outcome is true fulfillment and a feeling of being connected to everything.
So what's the secret to getting onto that soul-driven path? It's beautifully simple. It's not about complex meditations or grand spiritual quests. The key, he says, is submission. And he doesn't mean giving up. He means a total and complete acceptance of what is, right here, right now. It means you stop fighting the present moment because the present moment is the only place life ever really happens.
The author includes this powerful quote to really drive the point home. Our real problem isn't that we're weak, it's that we are terrified of how powerful we actually are. Realizing you are a child of God isn't about having a big ego. It's about finally accepting that divine spark, your true self, that's inside you, just waiting for you to let it shine.
And this brings us to the final powerful takeaway. The book takes all of this cosmic philosophy and boils it down to one simple, actionable idea. Forget the 5-year plans, forget all the anxiety about the future. What if your only mission was to simply win the day, just today? To live fully, to be your true self, moment by moment. As the author says, live moment to moment and win moment to moment, and you will win day to day. And maybe, just maybe, that's the greatest secret of all.